So just done 5 passes, and this is something a lot of people have noticed with these new Hayters. I don't know if you can see it very clearly. I just saw these little smudges, and a lot of people think it's down to that bit being round. Well, in the previous ones it was square and didn't really have that, so that's something they need to redesign. So got not quite a full bag, but full chute. I think they need to make the chute a bit bigger, personally. One thing I will mention is that the engine has been tuned by the dealer. I forgot to mention that earlier. I think he said the governor spring is behind the fuel tank somewhere. But as I say, if you get it done by the dealer, then I think that's fine for your warranty. If you try and do it yourself, I think that invalidates it. So just worth a mention there. So I think, to be fair, that amount there, it's probably about half a bag. But for 5 passes on the high setting, it's definitely an improvement over the old model. So I'll just go over there and try the Prostripe. As with any mower, you need to have a right hand glove. So we've done another 5 passes, and it was starting to clog. You could feel it, surprisingly, actually. So maybe it's filled the bag a bit better, actually. Maybe it wasn't clogging. There's my imagination. Looks right in there. So I'll let you decide for yourselves on that. But, again, just makes a little bit of a mess. Yeah, so I'll continue doing the rest of this. Obviously that bit I'll do the 48, and I'll let you know how I get on. So, completed the lawn, went over it twice, went over it with that 2 notches lower, did a mixture of both, did use the 48 over there, gave up with that in the end, just nothing compared to these, funnily enough. Which do I prefer? I suppose a big question asked by maybe 3 people is which would I prefer, which is best? I would say for longevity, ease of use with the drive and everything, I would say this. The 3-speed gearbox is great, it's better, it's just engage, it's one gear and it's responsive, where this, it's not as responsive but it does drive fairly fast. They're both flat out, more or less the same pace, not much in them. That's good considering that's a heavy machine. So yeah, used it on cricket club just to help cut the square before I went over with a cylinder. And it was taking not much off, so that was fine. The length, for me, being a taller person, I prefer the length of this due to the fact, and I think I've got some clips, as you're walking behind, you're not hitting the bag, whether that you do sometimes, depends what you want, but you can hit it with this one. Is this worth more money than that? That's a debate, but if you're using it, for gardening business, or if you're at a football club and you can afford the money, I would say that will earn itself in longevity with that engine. This engine hunts quite a lot when you're not engaging the blade for some reason. Again, the shortness of it is good for maybe the smaller lawns or compact lawns if you've got shrubs everywhere and whatnot, but there's not much in it really. I prefer that colour. As I say, once you get these machines cranked up, get a dealer to do it unless you are very adequate and can do it yourself. I think they'll both perform extremely well because of the deck and everything being the same, but that will last longer, is my opinion, than that. Even just things like the fuel tank, it's not very nice, it's cheap. Air filter system is quite good, just to turn them and there you are. One thing some people have noticed is because the way this goes in, sticks can get under there. You've got a huge hole going down here, so I don't know. It's alright, definitely not Briggs's finest. Probably their Quantum engines were the best they've ever made. And this, it's just a nice big fuel tank. Big cap on it, which has got a chain on it, and it just makes it life easier. Air filters, pretty good, easy to get to. And that's about it. That just feels a lot more commercial. That you can get side skirts to put on this, being the same deck as that. So I would say that's worth the extra money, personally. Just something to bear in mind with any of these machines, really, if you're contemplating upgrading from the previous generation 56. Person I know used this on the lawn yesterday, and it usually took 50 minutes, 50, with the previous one, and he got it done in half an hour with this one. So yeah, getting jobs done quicker, and he was amazed at how quick it goes, and also it bangs fairly well. So definitely worth an upgrade. He hasn't used this on the lawn, so can't say this won't do that. It is quick, but this being more responsive off the drive might help gain a minute hit here and there. Other than that, if you need to fold handlebars down, if you have a small van, maybe this is the best way to go, unless you want to get the spanner and undoing these every time. This is nice and easy. I would say, take this one for example, it's quite high. I'm 6'3", whatever, about sort of belly button height sort of thing. If you are a short person, you might find it a bit uncomfortable. That's all the same with that machine, both the same. I would say maybe Hayter Toro should look into making different height setups on these. So the other thing that I've seen regarding all of the Hayter Pros, not just these with the 41 and 48, is they reckon they should do a plastic box for these mowers, because, well, I don't know if you could tell with the video, but it was absolutely soaking, and to clean those bags takes quite a while to jet wash and rinse out. And if you look at the mower with probably the best reputation at bagging is an Etizia mower, and the vast majority of them have plastic boxes. The good thing is you can always just bash them and all the air holes is clean. So yeah, I know things like dust is a thing to contemplate when designing those boxes, and also when in transit. Some people will probably just throw them and they'll get broken. If they came up with like a folding system on them, I'm sure people will take care of them, especially more like the one-man band people, because yeah, they've got to pay for everything if you've got crews and they don't care. Even if they just sold them as an optional, so you could use them in the wet and then keep the fabric bags for the dry, I think they will sell them. Even if Hayter Toro don't do it, if someone who knows what they're doing could make them, I think they will sell quite a few. But other than that little ramble, both these terrific mowers, but as I say, I think the Toro will outlast the Hayter, purely because of the engine and the gearbox, really. Be interesting to see in a few years' time if people do get the Prostripe, and if they post on Facebook and stuff, see how they get on in a few years. Like, they both come with 2-year commercial warranty, which is pretty good for Hayter. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how these go. Hope that was useful. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already.